Good morning, everyone. First of all, I think I've told you all this before, but my wife says if I minded half as well as this dog does, I'd be the perfect husband. So anyway, before I get started, most of you know who I am. My name is Mike. Been here for 10 years, and for anybody who isn't here, I'm just going to give you a quick review. A self-serving, self-centered sinner that ended up here 10 years ago, not being grateful at all for gifts that had been given to him that had shaped his life, starting with an earthly father that taught me how to treat others, and what a Christian life was really about. I just didn't pay much attention. And then after 12 years of a failed marriage and being nothing more than a very promiscuous, no good man, he sent a woman into my life after I had divorced that I've been with 41 years and taught me what I was supposed to do. And I never thanked the Lord for her either. The third thing in my life, or second thing, were two children who helped me realize that I couldn't stay in that first marriage because I didn't want them growing up thinking that's what relationships were about. So that's pretty much where I was at when I got here. So, now, this past Christmas was my 10th year here at CrossRoads, and I am here today to do three things. First, to thank all of you here at CrossRoads for the help in my walk with Jesus. I have made many friends here, and unlike myself, my friend Dennis, who has let us know he has been free of his addiction from alcohol for 10 years, I cannot make that same claim. My addiction, which I refer to as an eye addiction, I have made progress with that, though, and would like to thank those here who have made a difference in my life over the 10 years since I started my walk with Jesus, because this place in 10 years has made a difference in who I am. First, naturally, the Lord himself, who makes all things possible and has had great patience with me. Next would come to who I knew when I got here as Pastor Ron, who is our bishop, who will give us our sermon today. It was he who gave the first sermon I heard here, which told me right off the bat that my problem was being self-centered, self-serving person. That sermon sent arrows through my heart. He actually is an awful good shot. What he did next was much more helpful, though, than the sermon itself. When I thanked him for his sermon, he didn't even say you're welcomed. He warned me right then. If I thought that sermon or any sermon that he would give would save me, I was sadly mistaken. Bishop Ron is not real famous for his bedside manner, but pastors are much like doctors. Which do you want? One with good bedside manners or one that's going to help you get well? I know what I'd pick every time. He said, get involved in small groups. I am coachable, so I did that right away and have been part of one ever since. So my next thank you goes out to Raymond here at the church, who I know you all know, who when that first growth group that I was in broke up, I needed to get into another one, and Raymond stepped up and volunteered to be a leader, and I became his host. We are still together in an adult group to help grow, and I love you for it, Raymond. I really do. You've made a big difference in my life. My next thank you is to Jesse. Jesse has done two things for me. When I took my dad's Bible out of my desk 19 years ago after he passed away and realized it was more than just a Bible, it was a diary of what my father thought following Christ was all about, because it was all underlined because he taught both children and adults most of his life. I started to teach younger children here at CrossRoads and decided I needed to be involved with the age group we all know as middle schoolers. I asked Jesse to find a leader, and I will be their right-hand man, I told him. The Lord and Jesse did that. Then CrossRoads Messenger, our youth group, started, and the right-hand man was already there. His name is Bruce House, who has become a great friend, and he has a love like none others for our children. He has now stepped up to be that leader. That made room for me now to really become a right-hand man. And knowing Bruce like I do, and his love for the children, he would not be happy if I didn't thank the young adults who have also stepped up to help him with the lessons. They are Mia, Abby, Thaddeus, Lily, and Corbin. Quite a group we have now to help with our younger children. I mentioned Jesse helped me with two things. The other thing that he helped me with was to take a hard look at myself and make sure what I was doing was truly about working for the Lord and not being that old Mike again. It was important because it showed to me that I have grown. The old Mike, and as nice as I can say this, would have told someone who questioned me to put it where the sun doesn't shine. And I would have left this church. I decided, though, it was his job to take a look at what was going on, and so I reviewed it and decided, this is where the Lord wants me. The Lord has done his job, and he has put those in front of me that I should help, and also given me the resources to do that. Now I just need to be faithful and act and let him take care of the rest. And that's the way you all should look at what you do. You do what you can for the Lord and let him worry about the rest. Let your faith be strong enough that you do not have to fear. The Lord has done his job and I've said that already. The second thing I'd like now to ask of all you here at CrossRoads is Marie and I would like to ask you for your help. We believe in the power of prayer and also in the number of prayers being important. And we would like to ask you all to pray for both of our families. And it is as simple as this. I ask you to pray for their physical, mental, and spiritual health. And I will always thank you and be grateful to you all for doing that. The final thing in this testimony is about how working and doing what the Lord has asked can actually save your life here on earth. It's mostly about spending more time in the Lord's world of faith, hope, and love. I started writing letters to people during COVID to raise people's spirits, being stuck at home like they were, and not being a social media guy. I just emailed people I knew from work and the friends that I had their email addresses. And I knew now that what I'd like to do is at Christmas time this year, I sent out a letter to all of them with 3 pictures. And I'd like to share that letter and those pictures with you now. Have you got them, Earl? Okay, that first one there, what that is our work now includes 860 kids at South Middle School. We actually have been there 2 years now, and last year a plaque was given and it was put up. And basically what that plaque says was that the 8th graders gave was, thanks to Augie, the downtown doggy, for being a friend to all and teaching us about what friendship is truly about. What a wonderful world this would be if people could be the kind of friends that dogs are. Never a bad word said about their friends, and a willingness to forgive us for however we have wronged them. Sounds like it's time for the world to become as friendly to each other as Augie is to all. Now, I would like to share the rest of this letter with you that I sent. And it reads, when I sent it out, it read, I intend to make this letter about God and dog today. And that is a 4-legged one named Augie and not the 2-legged one you know as Mike. These pictures that we're showing now, this first one is of South Middle School at the pillar where all children have to walk by, and we'll see this picture or this plaque talking about just what a friend he really has become to them. Now the second one, that is a picture of him standing guard at school, and I joke about that because this year we're more about protecting them. We're less about protecting them that we are about working, teaching them what being a friend is all about, and along with that, planting plenty of kindness there so love can grow. The reason for that is because Augie is the most loyal dog ever, but he is not the most brave dog ever. The final picture is proof that even a hard-working dog takes time to rest and enjoy a little time off. Important for all of us to do that, no matter what it is we're doing. That picture there is after him and I had been 75 miles in 3 days on Augie and Mike's great adventure this last summer that my loving daughter helped me with. It gave me plenty of time out there to pray because Augie doesn't talk much, so it's pretty quiet. Augie cares for all 860 children at South Middle School the same, no matter what they are or what they do. And Augie and I have decided to give you our top 10 most important things about what friendship and kindness are and what it means to us. Augie, I do believe, has shown me exactly how God wants us to love and treat each other. And I wish them all a Merry Christmas and hope that your family stayed safe. Those top 10 quotes read like this. Number 1, a kind friend is the right kind of friend. 2, kindness is something we all need. Give it to somebody. 3, be somebody that makes everybody feel like a somebody. 4, plant kindness each day and love will grow. 5, love and kindness are never wasted. 6, many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends leave footprints in your heart. A true friend never gets in your way, of course, unless you happen to be going down. And 7, be kind whenever possible, and it's always possible. 8, it takes strength and courage to be kind. 9, a real friend is one who walks in when the rest of the world walks out. 10, I may not always be there with you, but I will always be there for you. There. Now you have the top 10, and I'd like you all to know that most of these that I just read were given to Augie and I by 6th through 8th graders. And wanting to get their free Augie the Doggy t-shirt and now their free frame picture of Augie. I hope hearing this has put the big 3, which I talked to them about at our our Fellowship of Christian Athletes Club, where we talk about faith, hope, and love. So I hope hearing about that put faith, hope, and love in your hearts this Christmas. It is said that love is the most important and powerful of the 3, but remembering it is kindness that makes it grow, and only through our faith in the Lord will we be able to be courageous and strong enough to come even close to loving each other the way He asks. Try to remember, if we quit making Christmas a day in our lives and remember it is life itself, we can still make this a better place to live. I started this final leg of my life just 10 years ago this Christmas, and I like to believe now, through God and a dog named Augie, I have learned how to be a better Christian, better person, better friend. Augie actually showed me how God expects me to treat all others, not an easy lesson to learn. I wish everyone in the world could have an Augie and have people and friends in their lives like the people who have been part of my life. That includes all of you. This has been probably the best place I've been in my life as far as what it has meant to becoming someone who, rather than thinking it revolves around me, realizing it revolves around the Lord. I hope Christmas this year for all of you didn't end on the 26th. If you can do that, I can almost guarantee this coming year will be a better one for you, at least in your heart, and will help you with your walk with Jesus. I also hope this will help you all keep the big 3, faith, hope, and love, as part of your life this year. And Augie and I thank you for your time. Thank you. Love you all.
Aye.